Hi there, Aqua Heroes. My name is Finley. I'm glad you could join me at my beautiful lakeside home. This lake provides everything my friends and I could ever need, like food, big trees for shelter, and clean, fresh drinking water. Many lakes around the world are in trouble because of things like pollution and climate change. One thing that is becoming a big problem for lakes and other bodies of water is food waste. Food waste happens when we throw away food we don't eat, maybe because it goes bad, or because we served ourselves more food than we could eat. Some foods, like fruits and vegetables, get thrown away just because they look ugly. It's been estimated that nearly 1/3 of the food we produce goes to waste. That means that we're wasting over 1 billion metric tons of food all around the world every year, about the same weight as 147 million elephants. You may ask, Finley, how does food waste affect lakes and water? Well, consider all the water that's needed to grow crops. When we throw away food, we're also wasting the water that was required to grow that food. Not only is fresh water wasted, but sometimes the water used to irrigate crops washes off the fields and can carry chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers into our lakes, rivers, and oceans. So, when we grow food that ends up in the trash or in landfills, not only are we wasting clean water that could be used for people, we're also potentially washing lots of extra chemicals into our clean water supplies. This can cause a lot of harm to the animals that live in and around lakes. For example, when too much fertilizer runs into lakes and oceans, it can cause something called an algal bloom. This is when the algae that live in the water grow and multiply much faster than they normally do. Algal blooms can get so bad that they actually block sunlight from reaching underwater plants, while also depleting a lot of the oxygen in the water. Less oxygen in the water means fish can't breathe. And if there aren't as many fish, then animals like birds, bears, and turtles won't have as much food. Not only that, but algal blooms can make the water dangerous to drink. You can see how this can quickly become a problem for the whole ecosystem. Another way food waste can harm lakes and rivers is when that waste ends up in landfills. When food waste gets covered in lots of trash and dirt, the environment around it can become anaerobic. An anaerobic environment is one where there is no oxygen. When food decomposes in an anaerobic environment, it produces a powerful greenhouse gas known as methane. When this methane eventually leaks out of the ground, it can trap a lot of heat in the Earth's atmosphere. Much more heat than carbon dioxide, in fact. More methane in the atmosphere means the Earth gets even hotter, which means plants and animals need more water than they otherwise would. Remember the algal blooms we just mentioned? Well, many algae thrive in warm waters. A warmer Earth could lead to more frequent algal blooms in the future. Hopefully, you can see how everything in the environment is connected. Your choices can make a big difference in the world. Here are some things you can do to help save our lakes. If you have leftover food from a meal, save it for later. Leftovers can make yummy snacks or meals. If you can, try to compost waste from fruits and vegetables. Composting breaks down the food in an aerobic environment. An aerobic environment is one that has oxygen. This greatly reduces the amount of harmful greenhouse gases that are produced. And compost is a great natural fertilizer for all kinds of plants. Don't be afraid to eat ugly fruits and vegetables. Not every fruit or vegetable will be perfect, and that's okay. They're still just as healthy and delicious as the pretty ones, and they're great for smoothies. If you have non-perishable foods that you don't want, consider giving them to a food bank. This way, you not only help protect the environment, but you also help people in need. The last thing you can do is the most important. Tell your friends and family what you learned today. By getting the word out about the dangers of food waste and what we can do to stop it, your friends and family can be aqua heroes just like you. Every little thing you do matters. And when we all work together, we can make a big difference.